back to it later. So come back to your child's pose. And then now I want you to go ahead and remove any sense of fidgeting or like you cannot focus, anything that makes you feel like you might want to come out of this. Resting your forehead on your mat. Khan is misbehaving, so I have to put him away, but you guys stay right there. Stay in your child's pose. All right. Sometimes we have distractions, that's okay. And now I want you to bring your pinky fingers a little bit wider. So I like to bring them towards the edges of my mat, resting the forehead. And then right away, I want you to seal your lips and start to bring your breath in and out through your nose. Notice if you can start to extend the length of your inhales and extend the length of your exhales. Now go ahead and land here for 3 more full breaths. You stay right here. As you inhale, allow your belly to fill up. And as you exhale, maybe you sit your hips back a little bit deeper. Inhale, feel your rib cage expand with space. And as you exhale, maybe soften all the muscles in your face. Take 1 more full breath in. And a full breath out. On your next breath in, slowly peel all the way up to your tabletop all fours. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees here. Bring your gaze, after you see what I'm doing, bring your gaze straight down between your palms so that you're long in the back of the neck. Press into the tops of the feet here, and we're going to take some cat-cows. So as you inhale, I want you to drop the belly, lift the chest, look forward. And as you exhale, go ahead and tuck the tailbone under, round through the spine, chin to chest. We're going to do these really slow. As you inhale, go ahead and lift your chest, roll your shoulder blades back. And as you exhale, push the ground away from you, belly button to spine, round in the upper back. Let's do 1 more. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand, creating space between your ears and your shoulders. And as you exhale, you tuck and round, creating space between each vertebra in the spine. Great, come back to your center line. Go ahead and curl the toes under. We're going to reach the fingertips forward slightly before you press up and back. Find your first downward facing dog of the practice. And so if this is your first down dog ever, you might feel like it's a little hard to stay here. But my hope is that by the end of this week, if you're sticking with the practice, you will notice all of the different parts of this pose where you can create space. So right away, maybe notice if you are clenching everything up towards your head, can you maybe relax the shoulders a little bit more? Allowing your heels to drop down towards the mat. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And then maybe you start to melt your chest back towards the top of your thighs. Great. Now here, go ahead and shake your head from side to side, maybe yes and no, and pedaling out your feet here, just letting the hamstrings really stretch out. And now I want you to take a gaze up towards the top of your mat between your palms and tippy toe the feet to meet the hands. Awesome. Hang in a forward fold here. And if you are already like, no, I can't go any further than that, no worries. I want you to bend your knees. So bend your knees and grasp opposite elbows here. This is your ragdoll. Start to sway from side to side. The whole point of our ragdoll today is to allow the crown of the head to completely release onto the mat. So I want you to draw your awareness to the base of your spine. And maybe you can even feel yourself working your awareness from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of the head. From here, sway from side to side for a little bit more. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release the palms down. Go ahead and walk up to the front of your mat. And as you inhale, go ahead and lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. So we're going to do that once more, really breaking it down. As you inhale, find a halfway lift. Your palms can come to the tops of the shins, the tops of the thighs, either one, or fingertips stay on the ground. What we really want to focus here is lifting that tailbone and getting nice and flat in the back. So lift up halfway and exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. We're going to come all the way up to stand. So root to rise, reach up nice and tall, hands extend all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center, pause. Now I want you to bring your feet hip width distance apart here so you can feel really nice and rooted in your mountain pose. And actually, we're going to pause here for a second. So your feet are hip width distance. I want your palms to face forward. Spread your fingertips wide and maybe even wiggle out your toes here a little bit so that you can feel nice and rooted in your stance. Allow your shoulders to relax away from the ears. And then notice if you can stack your head over your heart over your pelvis. And then slightly maybe tuck the chin here so that you can draw the head back in space. I see some people are getting disconnected. It's okay. And so you see that we're stacking head over heart, heart over pelvis, shoulders are relaxed. This is our Tadasana mountain pose at the top of the mat. And now if you feel comfortable here, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and just listen to the sound of your breath. And come to set an intention maybe for the rest of your week, the rest of your day, whatever feels right for you right now. And if you're unsure what an intention is, or you're just not really sure which one to choose today, I invite you to say quietly to yourself, I choose to be open. So by choosing to be open, you're opening yourself up not only to this practice, to the possibilities and the benefits of this practice, but to your week and to all of the events and moments that can happen this week. Great. Go ahead and bring your feet together to touch. As you inhale, sweep those fingertips up high for me. As you exhale, bow all the way through, find a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway. And as you exhale, I want you to step your left toes back, finding a low lunge. Uncurl the back toes, drop the back knee. You can stay with your fingertips on the ground here, or maybe you start to get lighter and lighter until you come all the way up to your full crescent lunge, your low lunge. Great. Grab your right thumb here, place it into your right hip crease. Draw your right hip back in space so you see what just happened there. I aligned my hips, and from here, go ahead and sit a little bit lower. You can interlace your fingertips and place them right above your knee if you'd like, or if it feels good, you can sweep your fingertips up and overhead, maybe even take a little back bend, a nice heart opener. Other options here could be to interlace your thumbs and draw the shoulders apart as you do this. But I really want you to find your breath. I want you to notice how your breath can keep you here even if it feels a little difficult. Go ahead and take 2 more breaths for me. With your exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper. 1 more inhale in. As you exhale, rain those fingertips down to frame the front foot. Send your hips back, finding a half split. So this is our half split. As you can see, I'm keeping my left hip stacked over my left knee. My right toes are flexed towards my face. And if that thumb trick worked for you earlier in your hip crease, you can do that. But if it just helps you to draw your right hip back, go ahead and do that. As you inhale, find a halfway lift here. You lengthen the spine, get really nice and long. And as you exhale, we fold. So today's theme is reset. Reset, what does that mean? To me, reset reminds me of playing video games actually, and like resetting my game, clearing that hard drive, making space for new. So by resetting, what we're doing is remaining open. We are emptying our cup partially to make room for receiving anew. And I'll continue to speak on this later, so don't worry, I'm not just finishing that thought there. Just give me 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, come back to your low lunge on the right side. Great job. Go ahead and heel toe your foot out over to the right so that both hands come to the inside of the right foot, finding a lizard lunge. So your hips are going to be very open today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Keep your back foot on the ground exactly how it is. And in your lizard lunge, you have a couple of options. You might already be feeling this and you're like, whoa, Victoria, please stop. Or you might be wanting more. So if you want more, feel free to come onto the forearms. Yeah, sometimes that's really nice for the hips, staying nice and open, or maybe you're up on your palms, up to you. But we are remaining open, only now it's physical too. We're keeping the hips open. And so when we reset, when we remain open, we are opening up to these possibilities of new and better continuously. Stay here for 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, if you're on your forearms, come back up, heel toe that foot back in line, curl the back toes under, lift that back knee. We're gonna take a low lunge twist here. So to take a counter stretch, right fingertips sweep up, and we're just twisting out from the spine. So try and use your spine here to twist it out. Take 1 more breath in. Great, and as you breathe out, frame that front foot, step back just for a second to a high plank, drop the knees, lower all the way to your belly, release. Great job. Plant the palms, and we're gonna find a baby cobra on your next inhale. So as you inhale, go ahead and lift your chest. So as you can see, I'm keeping my chin tucked so that the back of my neck is long, and I'm drawing my shoulders away from my ears. Take one more inhale in. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra, lift just the chest, maybe lifting the top ribs off the ground. And exhale, let it go. Take one more. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Maybe lift up a little higher, create more space in the front of the chest. And exhale, great job. Release. Go ahead and press back to your tabletop, all fours. Curl the toes under. Find that downward facing dog. And then again, take a look up between your palms. Maybe this time you want to take a little hop, or you can step, up to you. I'm gonna do a little hop. So find a hop and a forward fold. As you inhale, lengthen all the way. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, rise all the way to stand. Feel the blood rushing as you come back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We pause. Come back to the top of your mat if you're not there already. And we have a whole other side. So as you inhale, mountain pose, sweep it up tall. As you exhale, find a forward fold, release. Inhale, your version, halfway lift, lengthen. And this time on your exhale, stepping those right toes back, finding a low lunge on the left side. If you know that your knee sort of bothers you, you can either grab your yoga mat and double it so that it pads your knee, or you can find a blanket or a pillow to put under your knee as well. Your version of a low lunge. And for me, the thumb trick is best. So left thumb into my left hip crease, and then just bring it back. From there, I sink a little bit lower. For me, I really enjoy this mudra with my hands, bringing the thumbs to interlace and opening out in the shoulders. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, sink a little lower. And great, let's find a half split on this side. Frame the front foot, send the hips back, flex the left toes towards the face. All right, maybe this side's a little easier for you, maybe it's not, no worries. If you are struggling with bringing the hands at all to the ground, maybe you find something to prop up on your hands, yeah, to bring the earth up to you. But wherever you're at, I want you to inhale, lengthen long, and exhale, fold. So what was I babbling on about, about space? So I chose today to be reset because I find that we can only make our best decisions when we can clearly see everything that's laid out in front of us. Sometimes stress has this tendency to cloud our judgment, to cloud our thoughts. And it tends to make us not make the best decisions sometimes. I think we can all agree. And so what happens when we create space and remove all the unnecessary things is that we reset and come back better and able to come back stronger to make better decisions. Take one more breath in. All right, on your exhale, roll back forward into a low lunge. Heel toe that foot out to the left. We're finding a lizard lunge on this side. So both palms are on the inside of the left foot. And I'm taking a nice deep lunge. Nice hip opener. So we find that space to make those decisions and move forward with our week with a space of clarity and the ability to trust in each and every decision that we need to make. So maybe you ask yourself, what can I do today to find space, to clear out, to reset? How can I set myself up for the rest of my week in a way that honors my needs, but also keeps me open to possibilities? Stay here for one more breath in. And as you exhale, heel toe that feet back into the center, curl the back toes under, press up, take a low lunge twist to the left. So this time my left fingertips are up high. Maybe you spread those left fingertips up as you reach up, peel open the chest. Take one more breath in. And great, on your breath out, frame that front foot. Step back for a high plank, just 1 second, and drop the knees, cross the ankles, come back to a seat. Great job. Go ahead and extend your legs out long in front of you, maybe shake them out. And we're gonna take some seated spinal twists to close it out. So draw your left knee in, hugging your right arm around the left knee. Left hand comes out behind you. As you inhale, sit up tall. And as you exhale, start to twist. Don't go to your deepest point yet. That is the trick. I want you to go slowly. And I would say that's another thing, is that maybe sometimes we think we need to like press that reset button and clear it all out immediately. But that's not always the best way to go about things. So maybe as you ponder and you think about all the different ways that maybe you can reset today for the rest of your week, think about how you can do them in increments. Do it at your own pace. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release, switching sides. Go ahead and hug your right knee in, left arm hugs around, right hand, right fingertips support you in the back as you inhale, sit up tall. Exhale from the spine, you twist from the middle of the spine. Notice if you're starting to twist from your lower back, I prefer that you twist from the middle back. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just imagine the middle of your spine and then twist from there. Go ahead and go maybe your deeper point here for one more full breath in. Long breath out. Softly come back to center, extending both legs out long in front of you. Let's take a seated forward fold. As you inhale, sweep the fingertips up high. Exhale, forward fold, release. And so if you're asking yourself, well, that sounds great, Victoria, but why would I do that? Why would I reset? Why would I make space? And truly my answer to you is because you will never know what you can receive, what you can do, what you are capable of if you continue to hold on to everything that you are today. Sometimes the best thing we can do is let go of things that we know are not serving our highest good. Sometimes the best thing we can do is set that reset button and begin anew. Not only for your growth, but sometimes for your peace of mind. Go ahead and roll all the way back up to a seat. Take your time, nice, yummy roll all the way up. And let's go ahead and take a nice, comfortable seat, cross-legged, facing your camera, I guess. Bringing your hands to heart center, bowing your head to your heart. And together, I want all of us to take a unified breath. So no matter where you're at, no matter what's going on, we're all going to take a long breath together. So let's start by exhaling out. Long inhale in. Sigh it out. Draw your thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. And together we bow in unison and acknowledge the light within ourselves and each other as we say namaste. Namaste, everybody. Happy day one of recharge. So that is reset. Reset, yes. So my goal today was to really get you to start to think about, these movements and opening up in the body, in the mind, be open to this. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I will put the evaluation link now in the chat. So it is go.fiu.edu/recharge eval.